Hey guys, John Elite here, and check out my new watch. Really cool, right? Anyways, it's not about the watch. I lost my voice. This message is the most important. Why Asian men have absolutely zero day game skills and they're fucking clueless. This is probably one of the most important YouTube live I can ever make. And I just phoned this student right now, and I'm telling you how he's fucking clueless. He's like, John, I just almost got an instant date, but she was meeting her friends. Asians are so fucking clueless. So clueless, and I'm gonna explain why. Okay? Number one, they believe it's all game. It's all game. Because in their minds, because RSD and every dating coach tells them that's all game, it's all game. You know, it's not anything else. It's game. It's this, is that. The most amount of money you can make possibly from all students is to say that it's all game, because it makes Asian people feel good about themselves. They feel like if it's all game, then they don't have to work on their value. So the biggest lie that anybody, you cannot order the watches. How I'm going to get to that, McChicken 44. I'm going to explain exactly how you can overcome any other race being an Asian man. But it's not all game. Let's get through this because this is so important. All right. So number one, it is not game. It is a lie. Like Hitler says, make the lie big. Make it simple. Keep saying it, and eventually they will believe it. Anyone who tells you it's all game is a snake oil salesman. And as the world's best day game coach, having the most laid testimonials in the world with my day game system. And don't forget, when I started my day game system, I started 18 years ago. You can read in my blog. You should check it out. 18 years ago, the lay guide. I already posted videos of it. You'll see all the systems I field tested. I field tested game to hell and back. Every system, I got rid of 99%. I kept the gold nugget. There's like 100 gold nuggets. Eventually, I learned from some people. I got some gold bars from the inner circle, my Pakistani mentor. I got a few gold coins. I thought it was gold coins, maybe fool's gold or lower carat. I discarded some, and this is why the testimonials are there. But it is not all game. As the world's best day game coach in existence, 427 laid quote testimonials, I have a message for the whole world, and I'm gonna tell it like it is. I'm gonna tell it like it is, and nobody's gonna like it. But this is a tough pill to swallow. Let's get to it. Okay. All right. So I had a student that bought my Skype before, and he wrote me a stupid fucking email. So I didn't want to agree with him because that's called tacit approval. Tacit approval means I agree with him if I just nod and say nothing and zip my mouth. Tacit approval is not what I want to do. So first of all, this is what he wrote. He wrote, John, it's a game of value. I think it was around the teenage years or slightly younger when I sensed it. I did not have the words for it. It just got done reading your blog about your Pakistani friend, mentor, in the inner circle of POAs. Man, they're living a life at an elite level. Just depressed me that I is so far at the opposite of these guys, of you. What the fuck kind of grammar is that? But regardless, I called him out on his shit, and you're gonna learn a lot from this. I called him on his shit. I think all my struggles since middle school has been a game of value, and I lost a lot in life. I think I lost before I even got started, bro. Don't bro me, dude. Maybe just got the bad hand in life. Bullshit. Victim mentality. My business is somewhat failing. Yeah, he went to some scammy business. I knew it was gonna fail because his mental filter is bullshit. So hoping it works out and then be able to work with you. But so he can't afford my boot camp now because he fucking mentally failed. I'm just failing left and right with everything. Downward spiral, exactly what I talked about. So in reality, or I'm in a really bad funk. But you are right, bro. It's a game of value. Unfortunately, I'm extremely low. Talk to you later, bro. All right. That's the biggest load of bullshit I've ever heard in my entire fucking life. Sorry, I just cough a lot. Laryngitis, it turns out to be. This watch, you cannot get it anywhere else. Seriously. Not anywhere it can sell in stores. It's students have gotten it for me by bargaining and stuff to get it. You have to go through people. Okay, I say it's a game of value, and then I say it's a game of value in a game of conversions. It isn't about a numbers game. Nowhere did I say it's only a game of value. On the right side of this chart, remember this chart that I used to draw all the time? Well, let's just say over here, it is social skills. Over here, it is social calibrations. Down here, it is emotions. And over here, it is game. Game is only 25%. And this is why they want to lie to you. This is why they want to lie to you. And that's the dumbest thing that they can tell you, because game is only 25%. It should be renamed to skills, not games, skills. Okay? So you're not focusing. Hey, man, what's up? One of my students, fucking 20 lays, army base. All right. Not going to lie to you. Those above the 20 out of 35 line, okay? They're going to have game way easier in the future. Those below the line are going to have it way tougher every single year. The Asians with the lowest SMV are now feeling the heat compared to the past. So in 2020, the game has been a lot harder for Asian men. Now that for Asian men, it is 10 times harder because they're not above 20 out of 35. But this is when the other students like, hey, John, I got a fucking almost instant hangout. I'll explain why that's retarded. So first of all, we have to calculate the game. Looks is out of 10. We know that. Looks is out of 10, height, all that shit. Muscles. The face is only a small part. Imagine you're all wearing a mask. And that's how women sees us. They only see the height and they only see the muscles. Therefore, that's why, no offense to my student who's black, but the reason why black people have results is because of their Neanderthal genes, their height, their muscles. It's good for procreation. It's good for procreation. And women really gravitate towards that. All right? Women gravitate toward that. I'm going to send you guys a real message. Money is out of 5. And most Asians are on a competition to be the greatest beta male, to make more money. And I'll talk about habits. And you're going to love it. You're going to be like, oh my God, it's the best thing I've ever heard in my life. I'm going to give you all the gold nuggets. I'm going to let it all out. I'm going to tell you exactly why you're fucking up. Status is out of 10. Asians are 1 out of 10, unless you have an Instagram. Game is out of 10. 25% social skills, 25% social calibrations, 25% emotions, and 25% game. You're like, oh, John, but I thought it was all game. Listen, I already have the best fucking game in the world. My game is like 11 out of 10. I have all the gold nuggets from every system. I discarded what doesn't work. I split tested it, field tested it on the lowest SMV, me. The lowest in the whole fucking world. So I know it works. I already have the most testimonials. If my game was the same, this is an Asian style game. If my game was the same, other people will have over 100 testimonials, at least a couple hundred. It is not the same game because there's not the same gold nuggets. And there's a gold nugget in every system. I can tell you, Asian men, it is not all game. And you're like, oh, fuck. John is saying it's not all game. Oh, my God. He's sounding the alarm. He's telling the truth. It's actually not all game. You've been all misled. It is skills. The word skills, social calibration skills, like body language, outer game skill, emotional intelligence. That's a skill. Game is persuasion. That's a skill. If you see it as a game of skills, then you start to get the right mindset. And let's talk about the mindset, which is so important. Social skills, social skills, social skills. Okay. Imagine on this chart, because I'm not gonna write on the whiteboard. I don't have it with me, but on top of the chart is the high skill. So let's start on the bottom here, okay? This is so important that you guys get this. This is called unconscious incompetence. So what's unconscious incompetence? You might be asking. Well, I'll speak about over here. Okay. Conscious incompetence is like this level. You don't know what you don't know, meaning you don't know what your mistakes are. That's why they call unconscious incompetence, because you're unconsciously unaware of your mistakes. And you're like, holy shit, John, you're right. And that's true. A lot of you have no idea what your mistakes are. You don't know what you don't know. So what's the next level, you might ask? John, what is the next level? Next level over here is right here. It's called conscious incompetence. And as I was talking on the phone with that student, he said, oh, John, I got a instant hangout. Because he's after so much of that fucking results. He's after the results without actually earning it. So he's unconsciously competent of his fuck up. So I told him to read my newest article on my site, www.johnnyelite.com. The newest blog post calls out all Asian men, calling them bad habits. And this is the point of the post. In order to get to conscious incompetence, you need a coach, the right coach, me. Because what I may say may be completely different than what other coaches say. They don't know what the mistakes are, the sticking points. Their sticking points for all the white dating coaches might be just, oh, you gotta be more confident, you gotta be more in the moment, you gotta make better eye contact. For me, it's more like your social skills suck, your emotions are non-existent, you're manifesting a bad vibe. You are not, and I repeat, you are not doing things correctly. So this is the important thing to learn. So what I want to say to you guys is unconscious incompetence to conscious incompetence. Now it's just like the army. Like I said, one of my students here is in the army. And just like when you're shooting guns and doing drills, you always start off as unconscious incompetence. You don't know how to aim down the fucking sights. Eventually, the instructor corrects you, like, no, you got to aim like this, you got to breathe, you got to pull the trigger slowly, clicker it, all that stuff. And then you start to realize, oh shit, now I'm fixing the mistakes. After that, right? This is what they call conscious competence. So for conscious competence, that's when you get from a level of conscious incompetence to conscious competence. Does that make sense? You get from a skill from here to here, and that takes a lot of drills. So what's my point? Sometimes it takes 21 days to form a habit. So even if you get to a conscious competence, if you don't build the neural pathways in your brain, which is, so how does the science of the brain work? That's not the most important thing. The brain's called a synapse. It's basically, imagine there's two bridges here, okay, right here. There's two bridges. You have to cross over from here to here by throwing two strings in building the planks. And the only way you can get to the planks is to really understand how to build a skill over and over and over again. So this is like a skill index. You can rate your skills from 1 to 10. Stop calling it game. Call it skills. Social skills, rate out of 10. Asians, 0. 0. And that's the problem. In the last level, to get from conscious competence to unconscious competence, this is where the automation in your game comes from. Listen, this is where the magic happens. This is when I go out there and everything just flows out naturally, normally. And I couldn't even believe the shit that comes out of my mouth when I do day game. Like, oh my God, I should write this shit down. But this is the 4 skills, okay? 4 skills of exactly how you get skills. And that's what makes it so fucking exciting. All right. Can social skills be part of the game? Absolutely. But actually, I would separate social skills from game. That's a very good question, MJ Smoothwalk. Because everyone's thinking social skills, game, and social skills. Let me ask you a question. In terms of RSD, if you guys are getting something out of this, give it a thumbs up so I know that you guys are getting value. Because I'm going to make this season 2, which is going to talk about social skills and social calibrations, a new focus. Does anyone who take RSD kind of game, do they actually have any skills? Or are they just creepy guys mindsetting it and just doing high fives, half hugs, and trying to act like a clown? Is that social skills? Or what they call conversational skills. I'm doing this game persuasion, conversational skills. Like I said, social skills, social calibrations, emotions, and game persuasion. Game persuasion does not mean the same as the social skills. According to the inner circle, the secret society of players that I'm part of in Vancouver, there's actually, you know my public story, but you don't know the actual real story. Inner Circle has trained Gaming Elite, the very first dating coach. That was my name, Gaming Elite. Gaming Elite was trained by the Inner Circle. John Wayne was not. Because John Wayne told the Inner Circle, fuck you. They told me not to join any company. So I said, fuck you. You're going to get screwed. I said, fuck you. I cut off the Inner Circle. And as John Elite, I came back. So Inner Circle trained Gaming Elite, not John Wayne, but John Elite. And they have perfect social skills, all of them. Their social skills is close to 9 or 10. My one's only close to like maybe 4 at most. And that's like shocking because my conversational abilities or you know, my English, all that stuff, is better than most of the dating coaches. White people sound like they're autistic robots. They sound like statements, statements, statements. You look like this. You look like that. Cocky, funny. You're such an adorable girl. I'm like an adorable boy, and I'm talking to you. That's so cute. Yeah, that's the extent of the conversational abilities. That's not social skills. Social skills is if you can talk to 10 people a day of anyone and communicate with them. Does that make sense? MJ. Is that part of game? It is the foundation of game. This is what I'm going to get into. And this is going to blow your fucking mind because everything you believe was wrong. Everything you believe was wrong. First of all, a lot of things that affect the social skills is Asperger's syndrome, high functioning autism. A lot of people have like high functioning autism and they don't really know it. Some of the skills involve having a hard time understanding body language, avoiding eye contact. Sorry, if I'm squinting and looking at this, it's because I usually wear fucking glasses. Don't laugh at me. I can't see shit. I'm blind as a fucking bat. Want to be alone. Want to interact, but not know how. Have narrow and somewhat obsessive interests. Only talks to themselves in their interest. Speaks in an unusual way with an odd tone of voice. So some of them could speak like this, or a really squeaky voice if they're Asperger's, or they could speak monotone like this. This is when they're autistic. They have a weird fucking voice. They cannot modulate. The way I'm speaking, I can hit every single note, every single emotions, and they can't even do that. It is not within their abilities. So you know this. You're clumsy. They seem nervous in social groups, all that shit. So the problem with that for a lot of Asian men is that they bought my program called Elite 30. There's a 30-day challenge. And the very first thing they try to do is to jump into my Elite Playbook. Elite Playbook could work for tall black guys. Seriously, with high fucking value. Elite Playbook could work because their value is already way up there, 8 out of 10 for SMV. They just need a little bit more to get over that fucking line. But Asian, 1 out of 10. Dog shit SMV. Oh, you need more than just, you know, game. And this is exactly why this student called me and say, John, I got a almost instant hangout. Who gives a shit? If you have social skills, you can be rejection proof. You can bring it all the way back home to the bedroom. And that's what he did not get. He didn't get that social skills is what naturals use. And this is why the whole day game industry is a joke to the inner circle. All of us, we think you guys are stupid. You guys sound like robots. You guys don't know what the fuck you're doing. You're unrelatable to women. You just spam approaching, SMVing it. So if that's starting to make sense, give it a thumbs up. Okay? So Asian men are completely ignoring the 30-day challenge because they're the ones who are unconscious incompetence. Now you're like, oh shit. So you're saying Asians don't know they have bad social skills. It's just like zombies do not know that they're not fully alive. It's just like Eskimos do not fully know what a city is like. They have no idea. They're just like, what the fuck are you talking about? Isn't it all igloos and shit? No. You dumb motherfuckers. You're not. You don't fucking get it. Okay. So there was actually 2 Chinese guys in the inner circle. I'm one of them, 5'7". The other guy's a fat guy with balding hair, a crooked eye, and he's like 300 fucking pounds, and he's good with white women. So you're like wondering, what the fuck? How can a guy like that be good with women? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to most of you, but he's worked on all these other skill indexes. He worked on his social skills. He was working on social calibrations. He actually can bring a lot of women with him to nightclubs. He can bring like 15 women because his social skills and his vibe or emotional intelligence is perfect. Fucking perfect. And that's the thing you guys did not understand. If they have perfect social skills and perfect social calibrations, it's like, oh my God, holy shit. So a guy like that with no looks, just like my other guy, the student, a 50-year-old guy, the German guy, he was able to get a girlfriend in 24 hours, banged her 6 times, and she came in, flew over just to live with him for a while, and now she's back. The point is, if he's able to do that without the look scale, like fucking 2 out of 10 looks, 5'7" height, you know, just wearing my fashion, what can the Asian accomplish? He can accomplish this, the other guy in the inner circle. So your theories about game is bullshit. Because some of these naturals, these high value naturals, they have no idea what game even is. Seriously, they have no idea what game is. They have a few tactics, but they have more vibe. They have more social skills. And mind you, these naturals are not the same as natural and direct. These guys are fucking watered down version bullshit. Real naturals, they all go for pose and same day lays. That I've known. They can do it. The fake naturals are just number closing guys or guys who just tries to Instagram close. That's not really naturals. Okay? So the thing is that you have to put in the work. Because if you don't do Elite 30 from hard case to hero, you're still going to be unconscious incompetence. I've noticed a trend with socially awkward Asians recently. They all like to use the playbook. And they're just like, I need playbook. I want to do the playbook. I'm learning all these lines. These lines are in the playbook. The problem is that they have no social skills. And if you skip it, okay, it's a death sentence. And I'll tell you why. It takes 21 days to create a habit, okay? 21 fucking days minimum. That's why I do 30-day challenges with the students. It takes 90 days to create a lifestyle. And you're like, oh, shit. So there's like 3 30-day challenges. And you're like, oh my God, wait, John, are you, okay, why is 30-day challenge so important, John? And why are you harping on this point of 30-day challenges? Because the brain thinks in 30 days because of the neural pathways. Okay, it's the best way to really understand it. Is let's talk about the neural pathways, shall we? Imagine neural pathways is like a tree. It's like a big tree. The trunks and everything just sort of like grows down. So when your parents are yelling at you to be good at school and you're Asian and you're like, now you're growing roots on the lack of social skills. You're growing roots downwards all over the place to be socially inept. You're like, oh, fuck. So you're saying Asians, by focusing on all this other shit, they're just focusing on how to be socially inept or socially retarded, for the lack of a better term. It's not to be insultive, but for the lack of a better term, yes, that's exactly what's happening. For the Asian men, they're actually focusing on their bad social skills because it's like roots in the tree. It takes 21 days to form a habit. So the skill to get from unconscious incompetence to conscious incompetence to conscious competence to unconscious competence, it takes 30 days. So Asian men have been kaizening for 30 days or manifesting in building the tree roots to beta-ness. You're like, oh shit, John. So you're saying Asians are screwing themselves over because their parents yells at them to be good at school. They have no social skills. Yeah, you're always growing the roots in the trees. Does that make sense, guys? You're always growing the roots in your tree. There is nothing you can do about it. What you manifest is your habits. If you take emotions out of the pictures and we are all robots, we are just a bunch of habits or algorithm or conditioning or programs, so to speak. And that's the problem, is that Asians have not done the 30-day challenge of Elite 30 when they buy the Elite bundle. The very first thing they jump into is they look at Elite 30 as if it is a strange new language. It's called social skills, dude. Asians, listen, you fucking cunts. You don't have any fucking social skills, you Asian people. And when I say Asian people, I'm Asian too. But when you guys have no social calibrations, it's like, okay, I'm not getting through it. I was yelling at the other student. He didn't fucking get it. It didn't get through his fucking brain. I said, read the article. He's just like thumbing it up. Read the fucking article on my site about social skills. Asians don't have social skills. And they don't understand it because they never experienced it before. Just like Asians have never flirted before in their life. They have never teased. They have never felt empathy. They are the ultimate hard cases. Most people don't realize that. So the tree trunks are growing in the wrong direction. A lot of you are like, holy shit. All this time, you're saying Asians are growing the wrong tree trunks, the wrong habits? Abso-fucking-lutely. And now when I swear I'm going to offend a lot of people, but I'm just telling you guys, this is the truth. If you guys are getting this, that everything in your life is a bunch of tree roots that are growing inside your brain, like synapses. The more you do a habit, the more you manifest the habit. If you guys get it, give it a thumbs up because this is important. That means all your game problems are going to the wrong systems. You go into the Todd Valentines, you go into the Justin Waynes, you know, and you're going to all these bad dating coaches who basically have no track record. I mean, they couldn't even crack more than 2 handful of testimonials. Not even one for most of them, for getting students laid. They can't, except positive stereotypes. And who can get Asian men laid besides me in the whole dating industry? Let me ask you guys a question. Of all the dating coaches in the world, JT Tran, Queefing Casanova, all these Asian dating coaches, who of them can get Asian men laid in Daygame? Who can get more than one? Not even one. That's food for thought. It's not all game. It's not all game. Everything you've learned was bullshit. And I'm the one who spent my fucking 18 years learning game. They all lie to you. It's all a big lie to get your money because everyone thinks it's all game. And this is how Asians get screwed. And when RSD tells them, oh yeah, it's all game. You just got to inner game that shit. Just go out there, yeah. Hey, you just got to get out there and just inner game that shit. You just got to take action. That's SRAM approach. That's called SMVing it. That is not game. If you had the better social calibrations, things will go a lot better. So what is the major point of this? The 30-day challenge. You cannot skip one single day. Like Bruce Lee says, consistency trumps short-term intensity. I'll say this again. Consistency trumps short-term intensity. And this is why it's so important that you learn this. Short-term intensity means like working out. You're just maximizing your muscles. It's a long-term process. It's a 1% process. If you skip one fucking day from Elite 30 from hard case to hero, you no longer grow the trees properly. You no longer grow the brain stems. A lot of people are shocked. So you're saying, John, if I skip 2 days on the weekend and I decide to go on a vacation, I will fuck up the roots in the trees that's growing. That's correct. That's correct. Because the new tree, which is Elite 30, imagine a big tree has to push out the roots of the old tree. Does that make sense? You got to push out the old roots. And the only way you can do that is to learn a new set of skills. I would suck it up and do the fucking 30-day challenge. And I would shut the fuck up. But most Asians are like, this is beneath me. Like I said, you don't know what you don't know. And that's the problem with Asian men. You don't know what you don't know. And this is why they're all screwed. They don't know what they don't know. They really think they know this stuff. They think it's beneath them. Let's learn some game. We're going to learn more game. Let's go to the playbook. This is boring. It's like, let's not learn how to do a left punch or a right punch. Let's not learn how to salt and pepper our food. Let's not learn how to use the gas, and let's not learn how to use the brakes. Let's just go right to the game. Let's just do some drifting. John, when am I going to learn how to drift my fucking car? Well, you can't even drive the fucking car. You couldn't even get to your destination. And you can get there extremely easily if you have social skills. You will be rejection proof. That's when you got calibration. You got the body language. And that's more important. Sometimes the body language communicates more than actually the game. The body language, right? Standing 45 degrees, for example, does not freak the women out. And you're like, what do you mean 45? If you stood like this to a woman, it's very intimidating. But if you stood on the side like this, it's less intimidating. So this is a calibration. If you move your neck a lot, and Indians move their neck a lot. No offense. No offense, guys. No offense. But they talk like this. Oh my God, look at it. Right? That's how they talk like. It's like this. They're connected. And that's a problem because with this neck, this is not calibrated. It's not calibrated. So maybe not moving the neck in the Elite 30 from hard case to hero. You guys should get that program and get the bundle. But do the 30-day challenge. You're not allowed to skip a day from now on. That's my best advice. And maybe learning how to move the hand gestures, but not just moving it like this, like whatever the fuck. Move it like this. You talk in a way that's very socially calibrated. I can speak with my hands. If you guys notice that I'm using both of my hands, and once in a while I'm using and speaking in such a way that is congruent with what I'm saying. That is another thing Asians cannot do. And moving their facial expressions. When they're speaking and they have different emotions, because they don't have any emotions, their face doesn't move. Have you noticed most Asian guys are like flirting? Oh, what do you do to keep in shape? Yoga? Oh, you must be flexible. Anyways, I was saying the women does not feel it because you don't feel the emotions. You don't feel the emotions when you're flirting, right? Like you don't feel the emotions. They're not vibing the right emotions, especially when talking with women. They're not using the right speed. So some of these things are not emotions. This is a different category, a different skill index. So this is like a different level. That means game is not all about this stuff. Okay, now I'm changing the emotions. It's like all the time. It's like a different emotion. Asians cannot change their emotions. They cannot even change their facial expressions. And sometimes, the body language affects your state of mind. If you're slouching, you will project a different energy of unconfidence versus someone who's standing up taller. Hope that makes sense. So therefore, a lot of this is connected, is interconnected. Now we're talking about social calibrations. You need to have a new route. This is why the program Kaizen, when people take Kaizen, they have to work on one body language at a time. They're building new roots in their trees. And for the guys who are showing up, it's basically unconscious incompetence that you don't know what you don't know. To conscious competence. And up here, conscious incompetence, conscious competence, and unconscious competence until it's automatic. It's all a game of habits. Does Elite 30 cover things they say to women? You see it? When you say something like that, MJ, that shows me he's just thinking game, 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 game. It just shows social retardation. Because sometimes if you talk to 10 people a day, MJ, that's a great question, by the way. If you talk to 10 people a day, small talk, you go on the bus, you go to work, you go everywhere. Oh, people are dropping off. Well, fuck you guys. You don't want to listen to the truth? That's okay with me. I'm just a messenger. I'm telling you guys the real truth. There's no spin in this game. This is just the truth. No one wants to hear the truth. Good for you. No wonder you guys would fail. Go fucking suck off another dating coaches. Just suck them off and just get no results while my students keep getting testimonials. Fuck you guys. I lost 3 people because I'm speaking the truth. No, the words don't matter. Words are only 4% of the game. The only reason why it matters is because for some people, they might have higher SMV. They might feel a few lines here and there could help them. But the right words come out when the right state of mind comes out. Think about it this way. If you're hunching, would the right words come out? Are you in the right state of mind? No. You'd be talking in an unconfident way because your state of mind, your feelings control what you say. If you're confident and you're using the right social calibration and you're talking like that, guess what happens? More of the right words come out of your mouth. And the reason why it doesn't matter is sometimes not everyone knows how to speak English. So they believe it's their words or whatever. It's not their words. Basically 60-something percent, like 67 or 65% of communication is your body language. The other one is like 26% or something is the tonality. So sometimes the tonality has to change. You can't just use the same tonality all the time. Does that make sense? So only 4% is the words. So those are the tactics. You're always thinking the words, tactics. You're so stuck into the game mode. This is why you fail at game. You should be, MJ, you should be talking to 10 people a day. I got it from a very different country. It's been sent to me somewhere else. This is a Rolex Daytona. Okay, hopefully it can get clear. This Rolex Daytona is like, a real Daytona is $260,000 because emeralds and stones. Doesn't mean that you guys can get it. I'll be like getting a lot more exclusive watches, like $300,000 ones soon. Okay, but this is a Rolex Daytona Rainbow. So having said that, you guys don't get it. You guys are getting distracted by shiny object syndrome. Do you kind of get what I'm saying, MJ Smoothwalk? That it really is not, if you talk to 10 people a day, 10 times 7 days is 70 hours. That's like 70 minutes, or let's say you talk about 5 minutes a day, 10 people. I'm bad at math. I'm sorry, I'm Asian, but I'm bad at math. I can't help it. Okay, you talk to 10 people a day times 7 is 70 people. 70 people times 4 is 280 people a month. 240 times 12 months is a lot. Won't you get better at social skills, MJ? Yes, you get it now. That's good. Of course, you get much better at social skills. Won't it make it easier to use game in case you want to use a game tactic, you want to use a line? Isn't it easier to place that line on top of the social skill train? It keeps going. Now the lines that you want to use can be placed properly into the right areas. And you're like, okay, excellent. Now you're like, holy shit. So you're saying, John, that if I focus on social skills and I build this for 30 days in social calibrations, and that's 50% of the chart, that's bigger than game 25%. 50 is bigger than 25%. You're saying if I just build this from Elite 30 and I practice every day in front of the mirror and I go out there and do it, I'll be much better at day game than I would than just learning fucking tactics. 100% true. 100% true. Because 50% is bigger than 25%. You got to think about the naturals, the high value naturals, the real naturals. They're actually learning all these skills, but they already mastered social skills and social calibration. They have perfect body language. They're confident, very confident people. Their chest sticks out. They talk with women. The women gets their vibe. If that's the case, right? If they get the vibe, then why are you focused so much on the words or tactics? See, for naturals, they have mastered emotions. They have mastered social skills and social calibrations. They have mastered, not the fake naturals, like, you know, the ones in the industry, real naturals. They have mastered 75%. So whatever little game that they have, a few tactics here and there, it works. That game part, the persuasion, they just need a few good tactics. Now, a lot of them like to sexualize the conversation. There's no romance in their game. The real naturals, high value. They don't use romance. That's something invented by Justin Wayne. That's bullshit. The real natural, they sexualize it 100%, and they build comfort 100% for their emotions. Back to sexualizing. Comfort. Sexualizing. Comfort. Until they pour back home. You're like, whoa. But they have perfect social skills. And let's make it very clear why their neural pathways are superior to yours. They actually talk to 10 people a day. Am I right? 10 people a day. They do. You always see your friend who is a natural. He's always talking to everyone. Hey, how's it going? And he's all chill. And he's just talking. Tell me more about yourself and stuff like that. You're like, whoa, why is he talking to guys and girls? Why is he a social butterfly? Because in terms of a knife or a sword, he's sharpening it with 10 people a day. And then when he cuts through the game, it cuts deeper. And you're like, oh, shit. So all this game stuff by itself is a lie, 100% lie, because it makes the most money. Because Todd Valentine, even though he admits in the winner game in his product, which is bullshit, by the way, he admits that race does matter, social skills matter, and fashion matters. If everyone knew that, they'll all go to that stuff instead of learning game. And I agree with that. That upsets some people. If you guys are getting this, give it a thumbs up. If your minds are opening up. If you're not, then don't give it a thumbs up and be stupid and get offended and just, you know, just go back to your fucking Netflix and, you know, just learn your stupid shit. So like Bruce Lee says, I do not fear the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks. I'll speak in his voice. I do not fear the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks. I'll try to use his facial expression. But I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. I'll say this again. I fear not the man. Oh, fuck. Okay. I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once. I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. So what the fuck does that mean? It means that person who has practiced a kick 10,000 times for one kick is dangerous. It's like if you practice on social skills, maybe the skills is comments, open-ended questions. Comments, open-ended questions. Rather than statements. You look like this. You look like that. You seem like this. Or then this is the social skills structure of most Asian people. You look like you are from Poland. She's like, yeah, I am. Then they ask a question. So, do you like Poland or Vancouver more? Poland. And they're like, oh fuck, I don't know what to say next. And they make another statement. You look like you lived here for 6 months. And she's like, yeah. You see a short answer, yeah. And then they're like, oh fuck, she answered yes. Then they ask a question. So, why do you live here in Vancouver? And they're like, because I want to move from a student visa. And they're like stuck, and they're like, I don't know what to do. I got no social skills. Let me ask another question. So why do you get a visa? She's like, I gotta get going. I got a boyfriend. Gone. Do you guys get it? The lack of social skills is the biggest problem with Asians. And when I explain this to Asian men, Fabi ones, they have no idea. If you guys get it, give a thumbs up in the actual thumbs up area, because I'm giving you some real gold here. That's what most people's social skills sound like. Statements, and then the question. It's not even open-ended. It's just a fucking question. Statements, questions. Statements, she replies, question. Whatever, it's a fucked up structure. That's not social skills. Maybe I should make a new course, a small course called Comments, Open-Ended Questions. Because in possible cases, because the neural pathways are fucked, they can only think of 2 steps. 2 steps. They can only think of comments, open-ended questions, and when she replies, they cannot think. So when you see my video on the stops on YouTube, there's like many steps, 4 steps. In possible cases, can never get the 3rd step, ever. The 3rd step does not exist in their mind because the brain stems are not there. All of them consistently do not have the 3rd step. Very strange. It's some kind of autism, not just Asperger's, autism, I believe. So listening to the wrong person telling you it's all game is a quick way of putting a gun to your mouth and just pulling the fucking trigger. You'd be like, well, what do you mean? So even if Todd Valentine admits this bullshit, that game isn't everything, but on his YouTube, he tries to voice it's all game, you get better with game. He's lying through his fucking teeth. Todd Valentine gets really ugly women that no one here would even put their dick inside her. Let's just be real here. And a lot of you think, oh, Todd Valentine's always having pull infields. Show me one Todd Valentine infield on YouTube that actually shows a pull. He gets inside a cab once. All the other times, he just cuts off the video like in the middle of an incident, and you all imagine he pulled. Because you give an authority to white dating coaches. Asperger's dating coaches without any facial expressions like Todd Valentine. Most of his facial expressions is moving his eyebrows up and down. That's it. He's like a robot, right? Might as well be a fucking robot. That's why they call him Robo Todd. That's the problem. He's just focusing on RSD shit. RSD shit don't work because you have to memorize a checklist of 12 things. 12 things. If you have a checklist of 12 things, is it automatic? Is it a brainstem? Is it a habit? Let me ask you guys for RSD. Is this a habit? Is anything RSD teaches a habit? Not even one thing. Because it's all about inner gaming that shit, vibing energy. And there is no outer game training and there's no drills. You're like, oh my God, John, you're right. There is absolutely no training. It's not like the army where you learn how to shoot a gun. There is no shooting. It's just more like, if you remember to pull the trigger, this is Todd Valentine's game. If you remember to pull the trigger, then you are enough. If you look down the sights, you are enough. You mindfully rationalize it. My students are trained like the military. They're trained like the Israeli military. They're learning Krav Maga, basically, in Daygame. They have to do the same drills over and over, like Kaizen program. They do the drills so many times, and I correct them until they can reach a state of unconscious incompetence to conscious incompetence and to a conscious competence. And hopefully over time, the 30 days of Kaizen, for example, they become more unconscious competence. It becomes into their neural pathways. Look at all the students that are my video testimonials. All of them have a new neural pathway from my game. They remember all my social skills algorithms. They remember comments, open-ended questions because they don't have to remember it. It's automatic. It's automatic. That means everyone who bought the bundle, and Asian people are the only ones who thinks they're above learning the social skills. That's really pathetic. I'm very embarrassed for my own race of people. Right? Hit the button, guys. John is giving a lot of great information here. John is the real deal. Yeah, hit the like button because when I'm talking about social skills, no dating coach dare talks about this. They can lose money off this, guys. If John Elite, Gaming Elite, the first name, I was a dating coach since 2014. I taught everyone's game to field test it, also to split test it. I have spent like all these other years, 18 years, of field testing every game system. I know what Todd Valentine teaches. FRED, Fred, focus, redirect, emotions, and decision. I know what JT Trent teaches. You know, ABCs, ABCDE, right? Attitude, approach, attract. Be in the moment, banter. C, like connect, compliance testing or compliance, and D, disqualify. I know all their systems. E, right? Evaluate. F, fun or future. I know everyone's day game system. I have field tested all. Whoosh V, Daybang. Galnak. G, German. Or what's your ethnicity? That's a question. In between banter. A, what's your age? L, location. N, name. What's your name? U, what do you usually do for fun? C, clothes, number. I know everyone's day game system, guys. I have field tested everyone's day game system. I secretly have done it for 18 years. I just, like Bruce Lee says, absorb what is useful, discard what is not, add uniquely what is your own. I even know Justin Wayne's escalation ladder, every single step. Qualify, flirt, touch. Hey guys, I like girls who are very adventurous. Will you say you're a very adventurous person? Okay, now I'm starting to fall in love with you. But we don't know each other, so we have to break up. You get a half hug for that. You know, you say you're very adventurous. What's the most adventurous thing you've done in the last See, a lot of black students don't want to give me testimonials because they're still sucking on Justin Wayne's dick. And he's practically autistic. His game is Asperger's to the max because there's lack of social skills. He's more natural now, but he's lack of social skills. The whole thing's bullshit. The whole thing's bullshit. That's what I think. If it's so real, then where's your testimonials, Justin? Grandfather Wayne. So Asians always fall for it. You know, if XYZ dating coach can do it, you can do it. Not really. You don't have the same value. You don't have the same value as some of these SMVs, like up to dating coaches. If a dating coach is like, you know, black, he's 8 out of 10, he's tall, he's strong. His fucking look scale is already 7 because muscles and height matters. Doesn't mean anything for the face. The truth is the face only makes you bang hotter women. It's the golden ratio. So guys you think are very attractive may have a low golden ratio. This is the way the face is arranged in such a way for algorithms. And women see that. That's what plastic surgeons use. You will see everyone in the whole industry only bangs women on their golden ratio. Mine's 82%. So I banged around 88.5. So it is relative. It is the body and height that makes her horny. This is why guys who look like Vin Diesel and stuff, not that he's good with women, but stuff like that can do a lot better than you realize. So it's not all about game. So the biggest lie Asians fall for is, if you can do it, I can do it. It's always a tall, strong, handsome dating coach that's Asian. Have you noticed that? Other Asian dating coaches are always like 6'2" or something. What the fuck? Why 6'2"? Because they're compensating for the lack of social skills with their height and their looks. The ABCs of Attraction newest Daygame coach, who only has 1 testimonial, 1 student laid. Guess what? I have 427 right now. Holy shit. So now you realize it's not all game. You got to develop your skills. If ABCs of Attraction and Queef and Casanova students cannot get laid in Daygame, what does that say about social skills? Is John Elite right? Is John Elite right? You're like, holy shit, maybe John's right after all. You guys are focusing on all the wrong. Yeah, guys. Yeah, I'm doing like a Justin Wayne impression and stuff. Like I mean, it's so important that you learn the lock-in process. It's like, yeah, I know John has a wifey lock-in process that works way better because my one's a complete fucking scam. You know, yeah, because I use job scams and I fucking use seeking arrangements and shit. And then the women are funneling to it. So therefore, I got the money game. You know, I got the money game. I'm the boss. You know, like I'm the guy who says like, hey, you want Jamba Juice or something? Like, I just pretend. I just tell the women, like, just pretend if we are acting that you are like not into me, and try resist it. And at the very end, he does bang her. Therefore, it is money game, and he converted her. Therefore, it is still game, but he's using money game. If I was honest about it, then it'll be much better. That's all I'm saying. And the dumb Negroes have bought into it because now they put their email in for the free course. And now they're funneled into looking my infields. Therefore, they give me the authority. Grandfather Wayne is scared of Johnny Elite because Johnny Elite actually texted me saying, can I still have the course that I bought? Even though John already has it. He just completely ignored John because Grandfather Wayne's very scared of grandson Wayne. He's very scared of grandson Wayne because grandson Wayne has so many more testimonials, and Justin Wayne, has kicked off John Wayne back then off the forum group because I'm scared. Well, yeah, great. I mean, I'm not your prodigy, you fucking idiot. Anyways, let's continue. Let's continue. But you guys are learning a lot. It's brain stems. So let's see. See, that's the problem with RSC. They give you free value, but you know, like I said, good mindset's like a checklist. It doesn't matter. You cannot do game as a checklist like RSD. If I remember this, then you're fine. Like Tyler, hey guys, if you remember to be in the moment, and then you're a little cocky, funny, you are okay. With no facial expressions. If you did this, you are okay. If you do this, you're okay. We might as well just make a big checklist, you know, and put it in front of the girl's forehead and tape it on there. And when you talk to her, you put a checklist. I'm okay. I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay. Oh, you're so cute. That's so adorable. It's not a fucking game of checklist. It is a game of skill. It's a game of brainstorms. It takes 30 days. This is why he has no testimonials. And you're like, oh shit, John's right. So you can't really defeat this argument because all skills are built in the index. And the problem is that there's a lot of people out there with very high SMV. And depending on where you train around the world, maybe it's Eastern Europe or maybe in Thailand, it could be a lot easier in Asia or other places. So your status might be higher for other races. Although Asians are still 1 out of 10 everywhere in the world. That's what I realized. They're like below the poverty line. Asian men are like below the line of fuckability if they're not tall and strong or good looking. They're not above that line. For some people who are positive stereotypes like tall Middle Easterns or tall blacks, we'll just call them the blacks. Okay, the tall blacks. No offense to one of my students who's in the army. They just have to show a little bit of confidence and try to pull. Done deal. Done deal. So if you look black, it's easier. So if you look like a different race, you're Indian, it's easier. If you look Latino, great. If you look Middle Eastern, even better. It's way up there. That means you don't need to that much to get over the line. That's why they're focused so much on goddamn emotions. Emotions, emoting. Just need a little bit to get over that little bit of the line, just to get over that fucking line. Just to get over that with a little bit of emotions. And you're like, shit, John's spitting some real shit here. So you're saying, John, you should only focus on the 30-day challenge, right? Is that a good question? Should people only focus on a 30-day challenge? Sorry. I mean, when John made Elite 30, like, you know, I mean, Pickup Mastery, John actually made his course first. And John got nonstop testimonials, and I didn't get anything. Never got a testimonial for Pickup Mastery. It's Pickup Scammery. Anyway, that's the thing. So basically, let's talk about why Asians are so fucking bad at game. Because as the guy called me, he's like, John, I gotta go. It's the hangout. Good for you, dumb cunt. It's like every Asian wants to build up like a building. Imagine this is a building right here. Building. Okay? They're always like, oh, I gotta put pieces of the game. I gotta focus on persuasion. Game. I love game. I want more game. Game, John, game. And then a bird flies on top of the building, steps on top, takes a shit, and then flies away, and the building falls. It crashes. And you're like, whoa, John, what happened? My game crashed. My state crashed. Every single thing crashed. And they start building up again with a different dating coach. And they're like learning, okay, that system didn't work for me. I'm going to go through Johnny Elite's process of field testing every fucking system again. Now let's go to the second one. Let's spend more money here. Oh, it doesn't go up further. It's RSD. Oh, it's all shit. Right? It's going sideways. Oh, shit. The building's like a fuck. Oh, it crumbles. Because it crumbles as bad as your fucking hoodies that you wear. Right? Another bird goes on top of it. Takes a shit. Flies away. Crumbles. Because you guys don't have the brain stems. Don't you fucking get it? You guys don't have the brain stems. And that's exactly why you're failing. You're like, holy shit. So you're saying, John, that foundation is the most important. When a tree grows upwards, right, it needs to have more branches on the ground. Do you guys get it? Social skills, social calibrations, emotions. Don't you guys fucking get it? Holy shit, you're like, oh my God, you just had a realization. So just like buildings, right, you should be building down. Asian men should be building downwards first, not upwards. Because Asians are obsessed with game. They're like, game. Always game. They're always building up. And next building all falls. Everything falls. Because they don't build down first. So are you saying like, John, Are you saying that I should spend 30 days to do Elite 30 first before I even focus on results? Because Asian men love results. I gotta get to the top. I gotta get to the top. I gotta build up. I'm gonna build up. I'm gonna build. Oh, fucking another bird takes a shit, falls. The whole building falls, crumbles. You should build down first. You should focus all day on it. And if you can't go out there, you should do that with your coworkers because they can't tell. Because the social skills is universal. If you work on your social skills, they think, what happened to you? Have you lost a little bit of weight? You get more confident. You get a raise. They always get a raise. My students always get a raise. Whenever they practice Elite 30, even at work, you're like, oh shit. You can build your brain stems at work? Eureka. You fucking Eureka. It's like a light bulb just went off in their head. You can practice this at work. You can practice talking to 10 people a day, just socializing. Because nobody wants to put the work in. It's kind of like they have a tumor all over the body. Nobody wants to cut the fucking tumor out. Nobody wants to cut the tumor out. Everybody loves to build because they're Asians. They love to build. They love to build. They love to build. But it keeps falling because another bird just flies. Another woman just comes, right? And they shatter their fucking self-esteem. There's no fucking social skills. No fucking social skills. If you just focus on social skills, Elite 30 can be the Bible of Daygame. And in the game, the best way to understand this structure is that it's like a cake. A cake. The dry part is Elite 30 from hard case to hero. And the rest of it, fucking love this much, is just the goddamn frosting. Game is the frosting. You're like, John, you're saying the game is only the sweet part of the frosting on the outside. That's the small fucking part of the cake. I'm exactly saying that. If you focus on improving your emotions, you focus on improving all these other areas, guess what happens to your game? Holy shit, the cake gets taller. The foundation gets deeper. And the bigger the foundation, I know a lot of Asians are engineers and they're smart. But if you build a better foundation, guess what happens? You can build up further. And when a bird goes on top of it, it's not going to fall down. And you're like, holy shit, what a revelation. So you're saying, if you focus on this and you can focus on the emotions, maybe, for example, right? What's the deal with Charisma? Who gives a fuck about Charisma King? He's just fucking nobody. He has no testimonials. He couldn't get a testimonial if he lived to be a trillion. Fuck him. Like he is like fucking bullshit ideas that have no neural pathways. There is no foundation. I mean, it's just like he just talks shit. He's like a game critic or movie critic. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Everything he says is wrong. Everything he says is wrong until he gets like one student laid and not just some fucking testimonials saying how great his boot camp is if he can even afford to teach a boot camp. Broke ass Charisma King. I have no respect for him after all these years. I think he needs to be made fun of a lot more. That's what I think. Guy with no proof whatsoever of skill. None whatsoever. None. No student results. See, this is what happens when you listen to RSD, guys. RSD is toxic waste. There's only 3 likes because you guys have no social skills. Let's just be real here. This is why there's only 3 likes. But I'm teaching you such golden nuggets that this is the real foundation. This is the way, as they say. So it's not, this student says, oh, I got a bad hand in life, right? I think all my struggles, no school, I lost. No. This is what happens when you bought into other dating coaches bullshit. And yes, the building does fall. The building does fall. So the thing is that you have to choose the instructors you listen to carefully. So for example, look for people that have made it. So in business, I know this site called ClickFunnels. I was looking at over 450 something testimonials. They have got more testimonials than me. Their site works. I was like, whoa, shit. They're having this award. They call it the 2 Comma Club Award. I was like, wow, that's interesting. Maybe I should use my site like that. Instead of WordPress. Okay. They have proof that it works for the students. That's the best way to look at it. Success leaves clues. Does the student have the neural pathways to succeed all the time? Whoever has the most testimonials have built the best neural pathways for their students. And this is DF. You ask a good question and you wonder why you're struggling with the game, because maybe the problem is not so much about it's about the foundation. You need to be more teachable, because if you're teachable, you're more thinkable. Like you have to be teachable so you can change. You're not changeable, you're not teachable. You need to raise that first. You're like, so John, you're saying I have to work on my mindsets first. 100%. Your mindsets is the only reason why you can do the 30-day challenge. You're like, shit. This is why the stuff in the inner circle does not make sense to you, because you're not teachable. If I had to rate you on a score from 1 to 10, how teachable you are, what is it? 1 and 1. Everyone has the same indexes, the same problems. How teachable are you out of 10? Let me ask you guys for social skills. Asian, 0. You're like, oh, fuck. This is a revelation. How changeable are you if you're not teachable? And they're like, oh, fuck, that's really low. But you're saying it's better foundation of social skills, the better. Think about it this way, MJ Smoothwalk. My Asian students that does the best have social skills. One of my students have really good social skills, has 100 lays after my training. 7 lays after 1 Skype. What does that tell you? He's 5'4". He's a Filipino guy. What does that tell you? Guys getting it? Holy shit. Your game, like the high value naturals, would be 10 times better. You would smoke all the dating coaches. It's all a lie here. All the dating coaches are sociopathic and Asperger's and narcissistic and manipulators, marketers. The real high value naturals, guys, do not know there's a dating industry. They're like, John, you can make money out of this? That's what they ask me. I've only met half of the inner circle. I'm not privileged enough to meet all of them, but their social skills are even better than mine. Way better. Better than motion social skills. You're all focusing on all the wrong shit. It's all a lie. Anyone who's just work on your game. It's just more appealing because you don't know any better. For the first time in history, a dating coach decided to step out and speak up against the whole industry. It is all a lie. Anyone who tells you it's all game without building the social skills brain stems like a tree or a foundation is lying through their fucking teeth, and they're going to get your money. Look at the testimonials. Success leaves clues. And if my students are learning Elite 30 from Hard Case to Hero or Kaizen, and these guys have never used my other courses and still getting results. Kaizen is this body language. It is the social calibrations. You're like, holy shit. If that's the social calibrations, that's just 25%, and every student got laid. I have an 18-year-old student who got a blowjob. I have a 50-year-old man with 6 fucking lays in like 2 days and got a girlfriend in 24 hours. I have another student who's 40 years old who banged a 20-year-old woman from Kaizen, body language. What do you guys think? Is it all game? I didn't teach him any game. This is my stuff. The stuff I teach, no other dating coaches teach in this way. And the best way to really understand this is kind of like baking a cake. Okay? And I think this is going to really open up your minds. Okay? It's like baking a cake. And this is going to make a lot of sense. When I tell you this, because my game, for 18 years, I've gotten a gold nugget from every single system. So that's just the 25%. This is why I still get testimonials as Gaming Elite, who was a dating coach at 2014, all the way up to 2017 or late 2017. Then I became John Wayne. I learned a few gold coins. They're not really the greatest gold coins. They're not the highest carat or the fool's gold. And I discarded some of it. I got 1 gold coin, 1 fool's gold. I discarded the romance completely. I got more testimonials. Johnny Lee, back to being trained by Inner Circle. Inner Circle giving me gold bars. Imagine it's gold bars. They're heavy. Fuck. That's game. That's where the testimonials come from. Gold nuggets, just small little nuggets you shake. That's where all the white dating coaches bullshit is. 99% of it is bullshit. That's why you guys are not getting results. You know how many fucking white students are begging for me to train? And I'm an Asian dating coach. White men now already gotten laid. They're begging for more training. They're begging. Beg. They're really begging. Please train me. On their fucking knees. John, please train me again. Fine, just pay for the course again. What the fuck? I mean, that's how it is. That's why every race, when you see Asians getting results, and I'm the only dating coach in the whole world that get Asian results, and all the other race gets results, because it's the gold nuggets from the 18 years. I read every like major book, every single system. I field tested it. And then afterwards, I became a dating coach, 2014, Johnny Late. Here, I need to field test more. Eventually, the last system before I was working for a company was Justin Wayne's system. Doesn't work. Asians don't fit into the boyfriend, girlfriend, friend romance. They fit more into the husband material or same day late guy. Sorry. Or you get friend zone, same pageology. I like you. Do you like me? Same pageology. All are rejected. And I called Justin Wayne out on that shit. He's like, yeah, but you got to introduce romance sometime, right, John? Even after you finger her and you fuck her. I was like, dude, this Negro is stupid. What the fuck? The girlfriend process, as you learn, when that student, that bald guy, the white guy, he actually banged her 6 times and she got clingy. So you don't need romance. That's a bullshit lie. That's just as much of a lie. It only works for certain types of people, tall people, or certain types of dark-skinned people who are very, let's say in Eastern Europe, for example, they're very exotic because there's the exotic factor. If every woman is the same race in one country, anyone who's exotic, maybe Asian, Indian, Black, Negroes, tall Negroes, it's easy because you have the exotic factor. But places like London, where you have a lot of minorities, it becomes harder. Does that make sense? So that is what my point is. There's gold nuggets, gold bars, but blame your parents. Who started all these problems? Who started all these problems? Your parents fucked you up. In the first 7 years of your life, your brainstem grew. I'll explain why it fucked you up. Because, okay, I gotta pee eventually, so that's why I'm talking a little bit nervous. But it's okay. I'm just gonna hold it in for you guys. So, your parents screw you up in the first 7 years of your life. When I went to meet Dan Pena in California, he told me, as he taught everyone, the first 7 years of your life, if your mother, he didn't say this exactly, but if your mother is yelling at your father, this is common among Asian people. If your mother is smacking your father upside the head, and he's your male role model, these students are usually more beta males. Asians are beta because the mother is more aggressive than the father. And every time they yell at you to be good at school, you freeze up. You see that? It's called cortisol. It's a stress hormone. Every time the stress hormone happens, this is where you're afraid of women. You're like this, you talk like this. When the woman senses that, she senses you have very weak genetics. You automatically all rejected. And naturals are very chilled. They're very, very relaxed. Naturals are so relaxed that they just sort of like naturals are so fucking relaxed. It's easy for them because they're more relaxed. They're not activating the cortisol system. So your parents who are tiger parents, that's what the Asian parents are called, tiger parents. Well, your tiger parents have screwed you up dramatically. They fucked you up. The tiger parents are saying you better do well in school, so therefore you can get a good job, then you can get a good car, then you can get a good house, then you can get a woman falling magically onto your lap and you get married. No, your parents secretly has a retirement plan. Your parents, your Asian parents, are trying to make sure you're a good beta, so therefore you can provide for them later in life. They don't care about your survival. Your parents are evil. And you're like, fuck, I love my parents. They don't love you. They're narcissistic sociopaths or psychopaths. They're controlling. Narcissistic people are controlling. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to fucking tell you the truth like this. Maybe this is not what you want to hear. This is the truth. It's just the truth. Blame your parents. So they're responsible for a lot of your problems in Daygame, especially if you're Asian. They really think all these things will happen, but they're just there because they moved there. They're immigrants, and they can only think about their own survival. And you can look at JT Tran's eyes. It's kind of like it has this fake smile. But people with Asperger's syndrome, people with Asperger's syndrome, you can't read the fake smile. So if you see somebody with evil eyes or somebody like RSD Max or some Tyler, they look like fucking Charles Manson, but you see a smile. You only can decode a smile. I know you guys. You're like, holy shit, how does John know? I know you cannot read facial expressions, especially the Asians. In some of the hard cases, you have Asperger's. I can read facial expressions. You can't. Because you're like, John's not being positive. John's not being positive. No, you don't know how I feel on the inside. I don't manifest bad things in my life. Because you might say, John's not sounding like the other dating coaches. Who's like, Tyler, hey guys, I'm just being all positive, high vibrational, high vaginal energy. Yeah, I mean, like, if I'm not like that, I'm trying to get your money. The coaches who are trying to be nice to you so they don't offend your ego, because you have low self-esteem, you dress like shit, you have no social skills, your ego goes up. That's why you like RSD. Your ego goes up, your self-esteem goes down, and therefore they don't want to offend your self-esteem. They don't want to attack your ego, because when they attack your ego, you're like, oh, I'm triggered because I got low self-esteem, high ego. Don't you get it? Anyone who sounds like a snake oil salesman being nice to you is there for your money. Remember that. And when they say it's all game, game, they're after your money. They want every dollar out of your own fucking pocket that you work hard for. And it takes a long time to get results. For me, my students get laid around 4 days in the boot camp. It doesn't take 7. And it doesn't take 6 months for hard cases, because Elite 30 can shorten the time for hard cases to get results. And that's the problem. Asians want results. They always thinking of results without doing the drills, without building the foundation. So you're like, shit, the Asians have no foundation whatsoever. Oh, fuck. So you're saying Asians are always sucking off results all the time. It's like, results. They're just deep throating any chance to get results. They don't even think about the process. They don't even think about the fucking process at all. And you can see there's a skill chart in Daygame. Daygame is harder, especially in Vancouver and places. It's harder. You can see that ABCs of attraction, because they don't use social skills and they have no fucking he's a little bit of game for night game, a little bit of body language, social calibrations. No social skills, no emotions. Asians can still close night game because the women are down to fuck. But Daygame is like, they're not down to fuck. You need social skills. And you need to stop being cunts, and you have to do it for 30 fucking days in a row. 30 days. You cannot skip a day. Asians, you can learn game afterwards. I don't care how many days you skip. Let's see. Hit the like button, fellas. It's so true. I see my uncle always hinting my cousin that they should take care of when they get old. Exactly. Like, this is pure fucking truth. I don't have time to spin things. I don't spin things in my favor. This is not a manipulation. This is just pure fucking truth. And this is the stuff that you guys don't want to hear. This is 100% true. Okay? So why are you such a fearful beta male for Asians? Why are you guys such spineless jellyfishes? Timid, snowflakes, offended by me. After your parents, you have no more self-esteem. Like Bruce Lee said, fear comes from uncertainty. We can eliminate the fear within us when we know ourselves better. Fear comes from uncertainty, which is doing day game social skills. When we can eliminate the fear within us, we know ourselves better. So the thing is that there's other things you can do to improve your emotions. I'm not just talking about social skills for Asians. For example, if you hunch one day, you should unhunch. Hunch, unhunch. I'm going to tell you guys a secret. Sometimes for day game, I use a back brace. So I cannot hunch. Right? It forces my shoulders back. Like this. When my shoulders are back, I feel like a happier mood. It starts to manifest a much happier mood. I start smiling more. So in day game, I'm looking more like a natural, more confident when I talk like this. Every time you hunch, Asians, because your parents yelled at you and you're firing off the fight, flight, and freeze response cortisol. Every time you hunch, you have lost the signal. You have now built new brain stems to gain more beta, to gain more afraid. You have built the wrong brain stems, like this. And you're kaizening it, and you're making the trees grow. So this can already make a big change. So if Asians during the day, you're like, how much should I practice body language? Should I practice 30 minutes, John? No. What if you practice every time you hunch? That means throughout the day to keep yourself on the line. What if every time you hunch, maybe you hunch the next hour, you start doing this. Fix it. You're like, what the fuck? So maybe the next 30 minutes you hunch again. Fix it. Maybe the next minute you hunch. Fix it. So John, you're saying that if I can fix it throughout the whole day, I'll feel happier and I will project a better vibe. That's exactly what I'm saying. Asian men have some of the worst vibes I've ever seen. The students are all depressed. They're all beta. They all have no fucking emotional intelligence. A lot of the Asian men are so timid. They're like, oh, I'm so scared, John. I can't Oh, whenever they get timid and they act like a fucking snowflake, okay? Whenever they get timid, it's game over. You know that they're gonna quit eventually because they're practicing this kaizen. They're practicing this brain style of hunching. They're practicing cowardice. When your mom yells at you, you just remember when your mom yells at you, and that's the biggest problem. Asians are practicing beta behaviors, and Asians used to be the toughest motherfuckers on earth. Asians used to be ninjas. They used to be Viet Congs. They used to be warlords. And my great grandfather used to serve an advisor to the king, like a Chinese king or something. Then they try to kill him. They try to fuck him over. He left. So he's Northern Chinese. So the family fled to the south. My great grandfather also started Chinese television, but he got no credit for it. And they sort of erased his name. He's not even on the Wikipedia. He started because he wanted to do something nice. Nobody knows it. In this, I'm gonna mention him, so that's good. It feels pretty bad. So you gotta think, okay? You gotta think. My stomach's hurting. Okay. Potential. This is the best way to think about it. Imagine there's a chart up here, potential. So a lot of RSD victims, they start with a high potential Asians. Then afterwards, they take the actions right here, actions. They take the wrong actions. So their potential means they're taking massive action because RSD said so, with no social skills and no fashion, no calibration, no value. What happens is that over here, they form their beliefs, or this is their results. So potential, action, bad results. Now they form new beliefs. Maybe they have to take more action. So they go back to their potential. They take more action. The wrong action again, even worse, because now they're building brain stems about taking action and getting no results. The results are nothing. And this is in Vancouver. They usually quit day game in 3 weeks. You never see PUAs last longer because they learn from the wrong coaches, natural and direct. This bullshit, watered down version. And then afterwards, over here, their belief in themselves is shattered. Right? Now they don't think they have the potential. Their belief index in themselves is now less. They start doubting themselves. They go to next coach or RSD. They go back into RSD again. They take the wrong actions again. They listen to Tyler more. The results tanks even more. Because the problem with RSD is that they're teaching mindsets and all this positive vibrational energy. They're not building the brain stems with it. I'll say this again. RSD is not building the same brain stems with it. Oh shit. John's right. RSD does not teach you anything except memorization of checklists of concepts and inner gaming it. It does not manifest unless you can get that into your body language. Unless you can get that into your social skills, your conversational skills. You're like, holy shit, John's right. So RSD is basically missing half the game. You got the mindsets, but you got a bunch of sociopathic, narcissistic Asians who have low self-esteem and high ego, basically building brain stems without any sort of actual training. You know how stupid that is? Imagine I went to the army and I say, here's the concept. You just got to visualize winning a game. You just got to take action. You got to get your rifle up there, just keep shooting. You got to keep taking action. Massive action. You know how fucking stupid that is? And then the results happen. You get slaughtered. And your belief is that you're winning or you're losing the war. And your potential goes down. Your morale goes down. Your belief in yourself, which is the most important. Because you're focusing on game, now your belief is at an all-time fucking low. I'm sorry to say this, Asians, but because you're focusing on game, now you are focusing on the wrong things. You should spend 30 days with social skills. You should spend 30 days with game, 30 days with emotions, maybe not hunching. And you're like, this is pure gold, John. How come no one knows this? Because nobody knows this because they're retarded. I'm smarter than all of them. And this is what's helping the impossible cases by having good body language. It's not just helping Asians, it's helping everyone. That guys who are, a lot of people say, oh my God, I have normal cases or easy cases. But once in a while, I have like a super hard case. All my students are hard cases and impossible cases. If I have a normal case, I'm so happy. It's like, yes, So they get one hard case, I get like one easy case or one normal case. And I'm super happy. Because everyone fails with every other coach they come to join late for repair work. And sometimes when the repair work has so many fucking brainstem problems or so much of the roots that need to be cut out, they have to build new roots. Guess what? Some Asian students are always like, oh, I got a phone number. Well, fuck your phone number. Shove that phone number up your ass. What can you do with a phone number? I'll text her and she flakes. Exactly, because she's like fucking cold traffic. This is the real truth, guys. Without the social skills, the emotional impact, and fixing that fucked up vibe that you have. And most people think, oh, John's not always so happy. Actually, you don't know if I'm happy or not. Dan Penna fucking yells at people, but he enjoys it. You never know if I'm enjoying teaching you guys because I'm imparting a lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom. I could be very happy on the inside, and maybe I'm passionate about what I'm teaching. Maybe I'm thinking I'm going to save the whole Asian race. And you look at this facial expression, you're like, John's not happy. Well, I say, fuck your idea, because I'm not manifesting negativity in my life. I'm not. Nothing bad ever happens to me. And most of the time, it's just nothing good or bad happens. Maybe I don't feel that much on the inside. Feelings manifest, the vibe. And I'll be talking about that in the future. And maybe this video will be the first of the series in the season 2 for social skills and social calibrations. We'll make a new season. Oh, yeah. Is it possible to talk about the right things in day game and still be poor teaching day game coach? So the question is, what do you think of this guy? Anyone can claim whatever they want. Just look at the evidence and look at their student results. If their student results are like day game, then just only listen to day game testimonials. Skills is all day game. Online game, is not even skill. It's just texting a bunch of words. For me, I have a texting for minority course. You can just get a room full of white people, right? Get them to text, and they already get like matches on Tinder with Asian women, every type of women, because they're white. So the text game is not impressive. Night game is not impressive because it doesn't have social skills, social calibrations. So how many day game testimonials do they have? How many does ABCs of attraction have? That's my answer to that. Look for the proof. Success leaves clues. Do not give white dating coaches authority, because they had this milligram experiment. A bunch of guys in lab coats came up to college students in a study and say, listen, I want you to turn up the electricity and shock the other student. They're like, I don't want to shock them. They're just acting. They kept shocking higher and higher because of authority. When you give a white dating coach authority, when you see infield or they claim something and you give them authority, you have become sheeps, like the milligram experiment. You've been shocked and you can be completely turned into sheeps. I would say prove it. You have this much, prove it. You don't know the seeking arrangements, right? And they're just counting that. Or online. So it doesn't really count as skill. Only day game counts. Everything else is just fucking SMVing it, denying SMV. But it's okay. I don't have a bone to pick with him yet. I don't have a bone to pick with him. But this is just the truth. You guys know it deep inside. You're like, John's right. John's right. Is it possible to talk about the right thing? I also know another guy who has 1,600 lay counts in day game. He's a natural. He has perfect emotional intelligence. He talks super slow like this. He's so relaxed. He has the perfect body language. That's what gets 1,000 lay counts. And he's only focusing on not a number closer or text game. He's only focusing on polling and closing. Therefore, it is not about that. This is what you should focus on. Being relaxed, being chilled, and also using that to keep her on the line. And then you deal with sexualizing it. You can't just seat the pole. When you seat the pole, if you're a white guy with value, then she assumes it's sexual. But if you seat the pole as an Asian guy, you bring her home and it becomes a dry pole. And when a dry pole happens, then you start escalating. She's like, what the fuck? This guy has a penis? That same game does not work. Compliance threshold, in my opinion, is bullshit. You lower her compliance threshold only if you have value. Like I said, I acknowledge this is your objection. I say to women. Then I loop it. I can't tell you the algorithms, but it's so much better with statements of empathy. See, I learned everyone's game. I know his whole game. I know everyone's game. I have all the golden nuggets, and I've improved this golden nugget, which is the objections dealing. I've done it before, way better. But I've improved the system. Compliance threshold and seeing the pole is not the answer. Maybe sometimes you want to walk her home and use that pole talk. You keep talking and walk her home. Then you have gotten her home. Remember what I told you, the triangle, maneuvering, sexualizing. Forget romance and forget about seeing the pole. Seeing the pole is just maneuvering. Seeding is sexuality. Objections dealing. The real escalation ladder. The secret escalation ladder that's giving my students all the results. Why do my students use this escalation ladder? They have no choice. You think my students know how to flirt or tease or do all this fancy connection stuff? Asians? Nope. Nope. They don't even know what a flirt is or a tease is. They just know how to use social skills now and pull and sexualize it later. And deal with some objections now after Skype. So you're thinking, what the fuck are they teaching? How come they don't have day game testimonials? Yeah, that's my opinion on it. Until they get a day game testimonial, I don't give a fuck what anyone claims. Self-proclaim this, self-proclaim that. Anyone can self-proclaim. Anyone. Demand evidence. Not evidence. Evidence is like something you can use in court. Exhibit A, B, C. Right? Proof means you can win the case. Is there a single thing that can win the case? Not even one. Not even one. So therefore, that's your answer. Look for day game testimonials. That's the only litmus test of skill. And how many? I have more testimonials than most dating coaches. Like more than, even in second place, I have more than like 17 times. All the rest, more than 17, like 20 or 50 times or 400 times the testimonials or 100 times the testimonials. No, I say it's like fucking more than 400 times a Charisma King. Charisma King don't even have one single testimonial of students late. It's like more than 427 times. Zero. You cannot multiply zero. White dating coaches should not be teaching day game. SMV is too high. This is why they have like infields where they pretend to pull and go in their fucking cab. That's why I think. Is it possible to talk about the right things in day game and still be poor teaching dating coach? My Pakistani mentor is talking about the right things, right? What I'm talking about. He doesn't know how to coach. So it's possible, right? Because he's doing it. But it doesn't mean his game is transferable. That's another thing. My Pakistani mentor says, listen, I got more SMV. I'm taller than you. I'm bigger than you. He's not a good-looking guy, Pakistani. But however, he says, John, you can study what I teach, and you can try to reverse engineer it. I'm not teaching you. Just study me. He's kind of like study him like an animal in the zoo. You can use his mansion, right? And you can see all the women that comes by. This guy, when I saw him, he pulled 14 women that are all above 9 out of 10. That's Justin Wayne's women is like 8 out of 10. They're all 9 out of 10. They look like Instagram models. They range from 18 all the way to 30 something. I was like, what the fuck? That doesn't make any sense. But it's his mindset, his vibe, his vibrations. Because his mindset is that one time he banged a woman in Australia. She was 10 out of 10. So his mindset now set the bar up here. You see, there's a believability index. And then on top of that, his social skills are perfect. He knows how to use the emotions to be relaxed. He knows when to tease hard. He knows how to sexualize it. He has a mansion. Don't you guys get it? If that's the real game, what are they teaching in the industry is not real. It's autistic. It is sociopathic, autistic, delusional. My students get all the results. Fuck their theories. Let's see. Yeah. Any more questions? Because I'm going to wrap this up. I know you guys are learning a lot and you guys don't appreciate it. This will be given to all my future Asian students. You need to believe in yourself. And So John, you're saying I have to keep a good body language. Yeah, I read about that. I'm just reading over my blog post. So a lot of this information, they don't want you to know this shit. I think I sent an email through Wix, but they have shut me down. MailChimp has shut me down. When people are on my email list, they shut me down because they don't want the message out there. It's like Martin Luther King, the Asian version, speaking. They don't want the message out there. Now I think you can still add yourself to my email list. You still get the course, a free course, Asian Sensation, a sampler course. Okay, but however, they don't want this message out there. And this is what the Asian men, I want to say this out there. This is the most important. Okay. You have to build your brain stems. You cannot skip Elite 30. All of you cunts are skipping Elite 30. They think it's cute. Oh, I got a phone number, John. I don't give a fuck about your phone number from your game. Focus on social skills. Then build the frosting on top. Build the frosting on top. So the very last point I want to make in conclusion is the cake. This is the last point. I think it's the most important point. Let me take this thing off. It's backwards. Yeah, you eventually have to stop looking at the time on my Daytona and Rolex. If you imagine that there's a cake here, I could bring it. You see, if you have the right ingredients, which is social skills, social calibrations, emotional intelligence, and also like game. It's kind of like having eggs, flour, salt, baking soda, butter. You see that? The right ingredients. If you use the right ingredients in the right ratio, exactly the 100 gold nuggets. Like I said, even I learned like fucking highly counts guys game. And I field test everything. I field test every system for 3 fucking months just to make sure it works or not. I absorbed that gold nugget. Why train with anyone else when I have all the gold nuggets, all the gold coins, all the ingredients, all the gold bars from the inner circle? It's insane to train with anyone else. It's okay. I don't have any beef with that guy, but whatever. I still have more testimonials. And I don't give a fuck about some goddamn online game testimonials when all the steals are white and they're covering the face. So that way you cannot see that they're white and good looking and tall. Come on now. That doesn't count. Oh, but they got lays in here. No, it doesn't count. They're white, good looking, tall. Doesn't count. They're white. 10 out of 10. SMV deniers. Like I said, even if you're a big fan of Jordan Belfort and his straight line persuasion system, you can't sell bullshit. You can't sell crap as an Asian man. You have to get 20 out of 35 value. So now you know this is the cake. The dry part of the cake. When you eat the cake, you're like, ugh, this is disgusting, right? But that's social skills. Hey, Asian, you cunts. If you ignore the dry part of the cake, it doesn't go really high. Most of you, your cake crumbles. Then you slap a bunch of fucking frosting. Right? Now you got a fucking low cake with no social skills, and there's frosting everywhere. Chocolate frosting, because you just love the fucking white dating coach stuff. Because you say, if the white dating coach can do it, I can do it. Well, first of all, prove it that they can do it. I haven't seen a single white dating coach pull or close in one fucking go. Okay, maybe there's like one. Polling, there's one. That's it. 2 people. That's not Todd Valentine, dude. That's not. So there's 2 of them that I've seen post and I've seen one with them. I'm not sure how legit that is. Having saying that, like now that you realize, oh shit, social skills is the cake. The game is the frosting. The taste is the emotional intelligence. And most Asian people, because they're hunching all the time, they're giving the wrong energy to the women. They're not confident. So this is more of a confident energy. When I day game, I don't talk to the women the same way I talk to you. I talk like this. I'm a lot happier. I'm a lot nicer. My facial expressions move more. I have a new set of neural pathways that I've built. So when I talk to women, I talk like this. I'm a lot happier and it's so much easier to game. So it looks very different. My neck does not move as much. Things change a lot. I can flirt a lot better. So this is my neural pathways because I've done this so many times for 18 years. And sometimes I build a little bit of bad habits sometimes. Sometimes my body moves a little bit. But that's the taste. The taste is the vibe. The vibe is the mindsets, and the mindsets are manifesting. And when Asian students doesn't believe in themselves, even the crap Charisma King says, yeah, Asians need to they need to believe in themselves, and they just, he always talks out the side of his mouth like this dick there. Just Asians have just need to believe in it more, and that it's just ruining the vibe. Yeah, you don't have a fucking testimonial. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So stop listening to white dating coaches. All of them should be banned from teaching dating. The Better Business Bureau should shut them all down. They're all scam because they have high value. They can teach night game, they can teach online, but they should not be allowed to teach minorities dating. It should be illegal because they don't have social skills. They're just tall SMVing it. It's not looks. I told you, it has nothing to do with the face. This is what white dating coaches want to distract you with. They always want to change the argument to the fucking face. Oh, but the looks, the guy's better looking than me. You're white, you fucking idiot. You're tall. You're white and you're tall. If you imagine every dating coach wears a mask right now, we cover all faces. How big is your body? How tall are you? What's your skin color? That's all women look at. They don't give a fuck about your face. Your face is only the women that you can fuck. That's the hottest. What makes her attracted to you is the height, the body, and the race. Asian men, you better wear elevator shoes. It's not enough. Now you guys get it. And so there's a cake. There is a frosting. There's the taste of the cake. And lastly is the look of the cake. If the cake is not enticing and the cake looks like shit, and let's say, for example, you don't decorate the cake, what happens to the cake? Would people buy it? No fucking way. No fucking way. Women would not buy the fucking cake. And the cake is you. This is why I dress nice, because Asians don't have enough value. And we can use this stuff, and this is what you don't realize. The cake, this stuff, like the Rolex here, they all add to the manifestation of your vibe. When I dress nice, I feel more confident in myself. You see that? It shows up in the vibe. It raises the self-esteem. It's like almost like a subconscious mindset fix. Like, John, I never heard of this by anyone in the world. So you're saying you're using all the watches, John. You're saying you're wearing all the blazers. You're dressed nice because you are manifesting something, John. So you're saying all this stuff is really just a tool to fix your vibe and your confidence and your ability to think. You're like, yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. You're like, holy shit. So what kind of game is this, John? Who taught you all this stuff? The inner circle, my Pakistani mentor taught me a lot of this stuff. I discovered a lot of it myself. I spent more than 11 years of fashion. You're testing every combination with women to see what works and what doesn't. This is why I have a Versace belt, because they can remember what Versace is. It's like they know what Versace is. It's not like they know any of the other watches that you wear. They don't know what the fuck the $5 gold watch you wore that you bought from the electronics store. That's a half fucking pharmacy. They think all the watches are the same as that. They know which watches work. Is this starting to make sense? Give a thumbs up. Or in the future, if I don't see that many thumbs up, I'm going to say, fuck you all. I'm going to make less of these YouTube lives. Before I was not on here, I lost my voice. I got laryngitis. I couldn't stop coughing. So it's for all the dumb students that are Asians that are watching this, that bought the bundle. It's time to step up and build some brain stems, guys. Stop fucking around. Stop fucking around. You're not helping yourselves. So your whole life will have to be 30-day challenges. So number one, you can take the bootcamp with me. That's one solution. There's going to be over 30 bootcamp trailers of students pulling or getting laid every race. And a lot of the bootcamp clips that you've seen today, this is the shocking thing. It was not John Wayne. That was Gaming Elite. When you see the students getting like fucking 15 lays or 10 lays or something, that was Gaming Elite. That was not John Wayne. I've never met. I didn't even know what Wayne was. That was all the gold nuggets. I only knew Justin Wayne at the time. That's not John Wayne. His game started in 2001. He teach at 2014. Start teaching around like late 2012, early like 2013 for free for 1 year. Every system, split tested. All these years. After that, learn from inner circle, secret society of the world's best players. After that, join the company. After that, quit. After that, join elite. But join elite has discarded even more concepts, as usual. Discarded a lot of things like romance completely. There's not even 1% of romance in my system anymore. So this is how the game really is like, guys. After all of these years, 18 years, it's not about like who is the best, who gets the best results. It's more like if there were two swimmers, one is Michael Phelps, he's like very genetically gifted, and there was a Japanese guy called Takeshi. Takeshi is not the best swimmer in the world, but he's Olympic level. While in his late 30s, Takeshi had this special efficient technique. It's called something immersion swimming. He was able to glide past the water with least amount of movements and compete against the bigger guys. I'm more impressed with Takeshis of the world. The guys who, you know, scale really, really big with very, very little. Those are the best. So take my boot camp. Sorry, my stomach's really killing me. Just holding in. Dress well so you can raise your self-esteem. That's my advice. Second advice. Here's the golden nuggets. You can raise your self-esteem so it manifests, you know, properly. Because lower self-esteem, higher the ego. You cannot listen to the message I'm saying. So dress well. Number 3, don't ever skip a day of Elite 30 from hard case to hero. You have no fucking choice or you're dead. Because you need the neural pathways to get from unconscious incompetence to conscious incompetence to conscious competence to unconscious competence. Number 4, Elite 30 is like the building a foundation. You have to build down first before you build up. Stop thinking like, because your parents didn't teach you social skills. Number 5, talk to 10 people a day. Make female friends so you can get more comfortable with women and work on your social skills. All white women, do not get Asian female friends. They're gonna lower your value, even on your Instagram. So, number 6, practice standing up straight. Always, whenever you hunch, because right now my stomach hurts, that's why I'm hunching. It's growling. Oh, fuck. But when you stand straight, whenever you're down like this, you stand straight until you smile. And then you hunch again. You get beta. You look at women, you feel intimidating. Stand up straight. Fix it. This will fix your cortisol problem, your fight or flight syndrome. Number 7, once all these emotional bullshit has been fixed, use the elite playbook. Now you can use the playbook. Now you can build game on top. Now you can slap on the fucking frosting. Slap. You're like, holy shit, that's amazing. This is like number 8. This is where you finally get to get me in fields and you can Skype me. Because now you got the social skills, you got the neural pathways. You get the neural pathways. Asians need it. Most white people have better social skills than Asians, guy. Asians have no social skills. And it's going to help you a lot in the game. Number 9, you start to close women at this point. Because now you got the Elite 30, you got the Elite playbook. You can pull women back home. Some of them will convert because you got the fashion. You got the decoration of the cake. You have all the pieces. And then you become another one of my testimonials. And I get to say, hey, I fuck you guys. I get the most testimonials. I'm the best dating coach in the world. My game. My gold nuggets, my gold bars, my gold coins. I discarded all the dirt from the gold. Number 10, you need to believe in yourself again. A lot of Asian people forget because it's getting harder every single year. They forget to believe in themselves. They have felt powerless in 2020 now. This is why I made you this video. You're not here to feel powerless. You're here to feel powerful. Because when you get the right brain stems and you get the right fucking roots, you get the unconscious incompetence to conscious incompetence to conscious competence to fucking unconscious competence. Once you get all that stuff, everything I say makes sense. Then you get laid. It's that simple. That's the end of the fucking speech. Just give a bow, and this is the end. Take a boot camp with me, guys, if you've seen it this far. Like Bruce Lee says, absorb what is useful, discard what is not, add uniquely what is your own. When you say that something is impossible, as Bruce Lee says, you will have made it impossible. Your believability, just like my Pakistani mentor. When he fucked a 10 out of 10, now all his women are like 8 out of 10. No, they're not 8 out of 10. They're all 9 out of 10. They're not 10 out of 10. He still has a little bit of that index problem with his believability for 10 out of 10. He gets scared. 9 out of 10, he's chilled. He's used to it. Does that make sense, guys? Asians stop believing in themselves. And you look at all my Asian testimonials. How many do I have? I have too many accounts. Go to my site, www.johnnylee.com. I put the new testimonials under homepage. I put the blog there. Go read it. And I hope you guys learn a lot. I hope you guys learn a lot, that I'm passing on information that is so important, that vital to the future generations of Asians to survive day game. If you guys don't listen to me, because my old student back then they believed in themselves more. Game was not as hard in 2019, 2018, 2017. Now it's getting harder. You need to fucking be as good as my old students. They build the brain stems. The new generation of students is a little bit too timid. Stop being timid. Start believing in yourself. And start using the 30-day challenge. 30 fucking days. Build new brain stems, new roots. 30-day challenge. Your whole life now is a 30-day challenge. So once you build social skills, work on your other skills. Stop focusing on work. It's like a race to who is the best beta. It's like a TV show. Here's the adventure. Who is the best beta male? Is it this Asian number 1? Is it Asian man number 2? Or is it Asian man number 3? Because they've been conditioned by their parents in the schools to have their brain stems be the best beta. We're going to find out after these commercial break. Hope you enjoyed that. Success leaves clues. Yeah. It's getting harder. It is getting harder. I'm glad you're watching this, all this time. Because a lot of the things you're saying, okay? Because I think you're one of my students. I'm training. And I'm going to get you very, very successful. But you have to do that 30-day challenge, Kaizen, all that shit. 30 days without missing a day. That's my best advice. My best advice to you guys. So this is what I have to say. See you Asian guys later. And we have to work on your emotions first. You have to learn not to hunch. Maybe get a back brace. Ask me which one. You need to rebuild your confidence. After that, you got to rebuild your social skills. Talk to 10 people a day. Like I said, it's all about the neural pathways. There's no other way. I'm sorry. Your whole life is now like, you can do 2 30-day challenges in a month. Maybe we can work on one skill, which is your social skills. The other one, you can work on your emotional intelligence, right? During the whole day. You talk to people over social skills, emotional intelligence here. You could do 24 30-day challenges, 24 new skills a year, or about 20 skills. There's no other way. Hope you guys enjoyed that. And my voice has made it through this day without coughing that much. That's good. That means I'm back on YouTube Live. Sorry for the delay, guys. If you like it, give a thumbs up so I know that you guys want me to make more. If you guys don't like it, I know you guys are stupid idiots. And this is like, you bought into the bullshit. You bought into Todd Valentine's bullshit. And from now on, whenever someone says, you got to learn more game, well, you got to learn more skills. No longer use the name game. You got to learn more skills. Skills. Fuck the game. The game is only one of many skills. And even for sales skills, is not all persuasion. You also got to keep her on the line, which includes the body language. Your tonality is very important, according to Jordan Belfort here. When he's talking about keeping her on the line, the straight line persuasion system, the way he talks like this. He talks exactly like this. He's the best salesman in the world. Because he's the best salesman in the world, he thinks tonality is super important. Fair enough? Exactly. So if tonality is so important in sales, improving the product or having a good product to sell, and also the body language matters more than just the words, and the words covered objection is dealing, then it's not all game, not even in sales. You can't just start inventing bullshit up. This is the only industry that can really fucking lie to all the students and just say like whatever outside the marketing industry, learning how to market better. These gurus, they should all be like penalized by the Better Business Bureau and all fucking like crucified. So I'm going to step in more and teach more social skills. Welcome to the first season 2 of social skills, social intelligence. Maybe next time I'll talk about the naturals versus the whatever. I'll be talking about emotions. I'll be talking about different topics. I'll be talking about fashion. I'll be talking, for the first time ever, I have revealed why I have a better fashion. I'll talk more about the things that I ignore, that I think is normal, that you guys do not understand. You should enable super chat so that we can send money to you. I don't need your money. Just take my programs. So I don't give a fuck about money. I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it to save my own Asian race. We are a dying species. And you guys who are just saying, oh, I got a phone number closed. Look at that, John. I've made my first approach. Guess what? You're killing the whole fucking species. You're killing us all. We're all going to die. Because you guys are not listening to me. You're listening to JT Trent and RSD. Stop doing that. Johnny Lee out. See you next video. Hope you enjoyed it. Give a thumbs up.